who can beat the Dolphins or handle them best? And the reason why I'm bringing that up is not just because of what we've just seen, and it could be Buffalo coming up this very weekend, but you look at their schedule, and Miami plays Kansas City and Frankfurt, Germany, which I'm calling on NFL Network. I cannot wait for that game. In case you're wondering, the average temperature in Germany in November is below 50. It's about 48 degrees. Who knows? And you look at the back end of their schedule. They have that game after Thanksgiving at the Jets. Who knows who's going to be the quarterback then? And then just at Washington, at Baltimore. The rest of them are at home. So it's not going to be like the track meet will be, tested not just by defense, but by Mother Nature as well. Who do you think is best equipped? And you could even include teams that they might see in the Super Bowl to beat the Dolphins and defend them. Chris?
Here's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the road to the Super Bowl went through Miami. I think they've kind of quietly, because of some of the past outcomes or injuries last year, or like the fact that they started this exact way last year, kind of came down to earth in some spots. I think people are overlooking the fact that they might be the best team in the league right now. When you look at their defense, when you look at, the additions that I talked about and the schematic adjustments they've made, I think the big test is this weekend. The Bills sacked Sam Howell 9 times. He went Oprah with the interceptions. Everybody got one. And if you look at like the Bills, how do you beat Tua? How do you beat, the Dolphins? Well, you can't beat Tua if you don't hit him. And that's a cliche, but, he hasn't been touched this year. And so somebody's going to come along and not let the tackles off the hook. But it's easier said than done because the timing of that offense. You look around the league, there's a bunch of young quarterbacks right now who seem to have all the talent, and the processing is slow. It's like a Pat Long, that sort of thing. You're just back there a quarter second late, thinking about where you're going with the ball. Tua doesn't do that. The ball's gone. And so I think you got to have rushers that can win. I think you got to be able to take away the middle of the field. So like when they played San Francisco last year, having a Fred Warner that can patrol the middle of the field, run with the seam, the whole thing, there aren't many teams that have that. So I think when you look at the Chiefs, obviously the Bills, the Eagles with that front and some of the weapons that they have, the Niners, I think the Cowboys would be a really interesting matchup, yesterday notwithstanding. So they're in that elite group of teams, and I think you have to have a very specific formula to beat them. But the scary thing is the way they're playing right now, I haven't seen anybody do it.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.